I've been riding motorcycles for over a decade, and honestly, I made a lot of mistakes. Some of them nearly cost me my life. And that's why I started this channel, to help you avoid the dumb stuff I did and ride smarter, safer, and longer. If you're new here, maybe this is your first video, welcome. I ride because I enjoy it. I always say I want my riding to complement my life, not consume it or end it. My goal is simple: make motorcycle safety clear, practical, and something you can actually remember when you're out on the road. Because out there, one mistake can be your last. When I started, I was in paralysis analysis, which is probably where you're at now. You're watching this video because there are so many influencers, experts, and podcasters all throwing knowledge at you, but contradicting each other at the same time. So you're stuck, trying to figure out exactly what you need to do to help you be a safer rider, develop your skills, and ride motorcycles like you've always dreamed of. What I'm about to share is going to cut through all that noise and get you back in motion towards your dream of riding motorcycles safely on the street. Lesson number 1, the universal threat. No matter who you are, the biggest threat on the road is unpredictability. Cars turning left in front of you, gravel in corners, distracted drivers. The only way to survive is to ride like everyone's trying to kill you. Make sure you're always scanning at least 12 seconds ahead. Keep your escape routes open and never assume that you're seen. Other actionable tips that may help you is to use a slight weave in your lane before intersections to catch a driver's eye and break their visual tunnel. This is otherwise known as the Smidsy fix. It's also a great idea to cover your controls, including your brakes. Keep 2 fingers on the front brake in high-risk zones like intersections, parking lots, or when lane splitting. Ride with a buffer. Maintain a minimum of a 2 to 3 second following distance and avoid riding in blind spots. Also make sure you're wearing high-vis gear and using LED mods. Bright jackets, reflective tape, and auxiliary lights increase your chances of being seen. And even if you're as visible as possible, assume they're going to cut you off. Always have an escape route: left, right, some kind of swerve, or maximum braking to stop and avoid a crash. Lesson number 2, your personal limits. Some riders push too hard, too fast, trying to keep up with friends or prove something. But skill development is personal. If you don't respect your limits, you'll find them the hard way. And many riders I've encountered over the years never found their limits and never learned a lesson because they ended up dead trying to push them. Practice slow speed control, braking drills, and cornering in a safe space. Ride your own ride every time you ride. Remember, skill development is personal. Ego kills and progress saves. Every chance you get, do slow speed maneuvers, figure eights, and emergency stops. Find a parking lot and practice before and after every single ride, and you'll develop that muscle memory which could save your life. It not only builds control, but also confidence. If you're ever out riding with a group, don't chase the group pace. If you're riding with others, let them know you'll meet them at the next stop. There's no shame in falling back, and one of the biggest threats to beginner riders is trying to keep up with faster, more experienced riders ahead. Know your lean angle. Push it gradually in safe conditions. Don't try to mimic sport bike riders on public roads. In fact, most public roads don't require you to lean your motorcycle that far to be able to safely and effectively navigate the curves. There's a reason you might hear a lot of experienced riders telling you to save it for the track. Speaking of track, you want to track your comfort zones. If a corner or maneuver feels sketchy, note it and revisit it with practice, not adrenaline. As a motorcycle safety instructor, I practice my techniques and skills religiously as much as possible. Even if I'm feeling like I have everything dialed in, I go out and practice so I can get even better at these skills and techniques. And if there's any areas I'm not feeling quite so hot, I really practice those extra to turn my weaknesses into strengths. Lesson number 3 is the logbook mindset. You track your progress in the gym, so why not on the bike? Every ride teaches you something, but if you're not reflecting, you're not improving. After each ride, ask, what went well? What felt sketchy? What will I do differently next time? The more you analyze the ride you just took, the better you'll be the next time you go out. If you think about riding a motorcycle and developing your skills just like you would training for gains in the gym, you can track that training the same sort of way. So remember, improvement comes not only from repetition, but reflection as well. Here's some things to help get you started. First, keep a ride journal. After each ride, jot down what went well, what felt off, and what you learned. Also consider using a helmet cam for footage. Get yourself a GoPro or a 360 and review your own riding like game tape. Spot bad habits and missed hazards and make corrections for next time. You can also rate your rides. Give each ride a 1 out of 10 score for awareness, control, and decision making. Watch your scores climb and try to improve your score on every single ride you go out on until you're always hitting 10 out of 10. And then don't be complacent, but try to get even better still. And lastly, set micro goals. Today I'll work on smoother throttle, or I'll practice scanning intersections. Try and focus on one specific area to make improvements on every single ride. Eventually you can add more and more, but start off with one piece at a time. Lesson number 4 is the patience paradox. The fastest way to become a better rider isn't to ride harder, it's to ride smarter. Sometimes the best thing you can do is slow down, breathe, and let the skills settle. Remember to take plenty of rest days, watch footage, study technique, and let your brain catch up to your throttle hand. Especially for beginner riders, early on you might feel like your brain never stops even after you get off the motorcycle and you're done riding for the day. Riding a motorcycle responsibly and safely can be very overstimulating and exhausting on your brain. There's a lot of moving parts out there on the road. To help you out, make sure you get plenty of rest days. Fatigue leads to tunnel vision and slower reaction times. If you're mentally off, skip the ride. Ride shorter routes with purpose. A 20-minute skill-focused ride beats a 2-hour cruise with no intention. Watch pro breakdowns, study MotoGP clips, or advanced rider training videos like the ones on my channel to learn what smooth looks like. And don't rush upgrades. Fancy fashionable gear or unnecessary mods on your motorcycle doesn't make you safer. Instead, invest in skill before tech. Lesson number 5 is the mental shift. Stop comparing yourself to the guy dragging me on Instagram. Your only competition is the version of you from last week. If you're riding safer, smoother, and more confidently, you're winning. Focus on progression, not perfection. Ride for mastery, not ego, and definitely not to look cool. To help you stop comparing and start improving, here's some tips to keep in mind. Unfollow ego-driven riders. If someone's content online makes you feel reckless or inferior, unfollow them, unsubscribe from their channel. Stop giving them the attention that they're craving and mute them. The more people who stop paying attention to reckless, idiotic motorcycle riders and start giving their attention to responsible, safety-minded riders, the better off we'll all be. You can also celebrate small wins. Nailed a corner, avoided a sketchy situation, that's progress. Log it, celebrate it, and be proud of yourself. Now keep practicing to get even better. Another thing you can do is ride for mastery, not likes. Your goal is to be the rider who gets home safe and smooth, not the one who gets viral clips. If you've ever considered being a motovlogger, getting a GoPro, and starting to post your own videos, just remember to focus first and foremost on safe riding habits, not how many views you're going to get online or how many meaningless upvotes you might get from those idiots on Reddit. Lastly, teach others every chance you get. Share what you've learned. Teaching reinforces your own habits and builds community. He who teaches learns. So there you have it. If this video helped you rethink how you ride, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more no BS riding advice, subscribe and check out my playlist on crash prevention and skill building. Until next time, ride smart, stay alive, and I'll see you in the next one.